Hi everyone, this is David Wright. I'll have to add to this recording, so I'll start with saying the WA taxi owners were scammed by Uber, state and federal politicians, then bullied into an unconscionable deal for settlement of their claim. In my book, this behaviour is unacceptable and the lawmakers should be ashamed of themselves. Australian National Taxi Licence buyback or buyout. I'm going to stop using the words buyback. This will be a $10 to $12 billion project to rescue the struggling taxi owners and their families who have had their business model stolen by careless federal and state governments. Videos with details to follow, plus a survey to gauge the interest in the buyout. The buyout is at pre-Uber prices. This will have to be done as a private venture due to a lack of government response to our plight. More info on this will be before January 22, I believe. This is the Western Australian news story to follow. Just notice the massive, actually I might just go ahead and play this. If you have a look at this story is playing a story between cabs and Ubers, and they're so much cheaper because Uber is offering a 20% discount. What about the 21,000 Australian stolen taxi business licenses? Families bankrupt, billions of dollars owed to the bank. And we've got some pretty sad suicides on our hands as well.
It's Perth's biggest transport debate at the moment. What's better, Uber or taxis? So we decided to put them to the test. A peak hour journey at the same time to the same destination. Elvira Ross went with Uber. Scott Cunningham caught a taxi. Steve, ready to book?
I'm ready. Are you?
Now, I'm pretty sure these reporters believe they were doing the right thing. That's what I've actually put down here. I'm sure the reporters were working in good faith. However, the real Uber taxi fare was $39 before the promotional discount. There was a very little difference in it.
Fremantle at 7 a.m. We both need to get to Parliament House. One in an Uber car, the other relying on a taxi. UberX dropped its prices here in Perth by 20% last week. Since then, it's been a tense time between the services.
But is Uber any cheaper? The initial fare charged a whopping $62, clearly a mistake.
These reporters have, I'd like them to contact me for the true story of the world's greatest scam. Taxi owners and their families need your help. Uber managed to sponsor a $2 million worth of events in South Australia, and the South Australian government granted them free taxi licenses. I'm not sure you'd be so happy if somebody took your parents' house and gave them $20,000 for that property. And if you look at the Western Australian deal, it was more like 1970s prices or 90s prices for a cab. For God's sake, how do you replace that business?
They said to call Uber.
It's resolved with a simple call to Uber's head office. The final fare, $31.
There was a difference of $11.10 between the.
What about the involvement of Goldman Sachs and the Future Fund? This is a blatant theft of property. Darwin taxi owners received a full buyback in 1998, and at least their loans and things were paid out, and they could go into other businesses.
Fares, Uber coming out cheaper, but 9 minutes late, not to mention the price mix-up.
I noticed there was no mention of the Uber surge pricing, 100 to 200% markup when busy. Try New Year's Eve. See what you pay in taxi fares. Hang on, I've got to try and say that again. Taxi fares are the same all year round. There are small penalties, but they're very small penalties. And yes, taxi companies have a fixed price model as well as most states. How about a story on how people get caught with the surge pricing? We have many of people being absolutely screwed to death by share ride pricing. And share ride is a taxi. Good God above. Talk about the woke in their words. Let the husband go down to the local share ride girl and just tell his wife she was just sharing with me. Well, the wife will call the girl, oh boy, something quite different. So stop being woke. Uber is a taxi. Any share ride is a taxi. So I'll get back to the main story. The federal government policy steal 21,000 taxi business license. State and federal children are obviously more equal than taxi owners. Talk about the discrimination. All people equal, except if you happen to be a taxi owner that worked hard all your freaking life. Didn't live on the dole. What a reward.